This is Year 3 and 4 Multiplication, Day 1. The aim for this week is to know how to set out sums accurately in the grid method, to multiply 1, 2 and 3-digit numbers, and to solve word problems systematically. The objectives for today are: I can partition my numbers accurately. I can also set out my sums in the grid method for multiplication. I can even multiply 2 digits by 1 digit. Key vocabulary you might need for this week's unit is the grid method. This is where a multiplication sum is set out in a grid. You'll also hear me use the word partition, and this is when you separate numbers into their hundreds, tens and ones. Some of you may have done grid method before. Can you remember how to do it? If not, here is a recap. So I've got the number 25 and I'm going to times it by 5. To help us in the grid method, what we do is we partition the number out into its tens and its units. So you can clearly see that from 25 we have 20 plus 5 and we're timesing it by 5. We then put these numbers into the top of our grid, 20 and 5. What we multiply goes down the side. So the grid gives us a frame to be able to work out our answers. Firstly, we do 20 times by 5, which gives us 100. And then we multiply 5 by 5, which gives us 25. We then add up everything inside, which gives us 125. So 25 times by 5 is 125. Let's try this one. 73 times by 8. So firstly, I partition it out. 70, add 3. I'm timesing it by 8. So the first thing I need to do is to draw myself a little grid and to put in the tens and the units. We then multiply them together. Have a go. Take a pause in the video. Hopefully you've answered this correctly. I have 70 times by 8, which is 560. And I have 3 times by 8, which is 24. Once I add them together, I get 584. Have a go with this one. 71 times by 3. Take a pause in the video, partition it, put it into the grid method, and see if you can get the answer. So here is 70 and 1. I'm timesing that by 3. I then start the sum. 70 times 3 is 210. 1 times 3 is 3. I add them all up together and I get 213. See if you can do this one. Again, take a pause in the video. So 67 was partitioned into 60 and 7, and they're times by 5 down here. 60 times 5 is 300. 7 times 5 is 35. Add them together and we get 335. Now have a go at today's worksheet.